As a photographer in Europe, or as a photographer in England, and certainly as a photographer in the United States of America and several other countries, the copyright law states that the copyright of any image, or the rights to any image, is owned by the originator, as in the photographer who actually makes the image. So technically, you as a photographer that's taken an image have the right to use those images that you've taken to promote yourself. The area of doubt here is actually about using images of clients' collections that actually haven't been launched or haven't been publicized. And I would, out of common courtesy to a client, not use pictures of a collection that haven't actually been launched or haven't been in the press. Usually when a shoot's been produced, there's a deadline, or there's actually the copy date is announced to me, so I actually have to get the images ready in time for those publication dates. So I will hold back using any pictures that I've shot for a client on the basis of common courtesy until after they've actually been published. I don't know the copyright laws in Malaysia. I'd have to have a look into that one to sort of give you a more in-depth answer to that, but I do know that actually in several countries, certainly in South Africa, that when a photographer is commissioned to shoot pictures, those pictures are owned by the client who's paying for them, unless there is a contract drawn up between the photographer and the client. And in any case, wherever you actually are commissioned to shoot pictures for somebody, you're drawing up a contract with them that's initially perhaps verbal, but you actually should create what's called a license to use the images. And in this license to use the images, it should be stated for exactly what type of publication they're being used for, how long they're being used for, the circulation of the publication, how many countries, etc, 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 etc. So when you write all this information down in a contract between yourself and your client before you shoot the pictures, and of course it states very clearly in your invoicing to your client that there is a contract between yourself and them. Now again, in that contract it can be stated that these pictures will not be used by myself until after such a time as the client has publicized those pictures. So, but again, that's out of common courtesy, that's not a right, because you as a photographer technically own the rights to the pictures that you shoot.